That is Michigan volleyball. We got Michigan football fresh off a bye week. They beat Nebraska last time out. Now they get reeling Wisconsin in Ann Arbor this weekend. What's your assessment of the Wolverines to this point in the year, Jerry?
Well, progress certainly at quarterback with Bryce Underwood. And off weeks, there's no guarantee about off weeks. I think that's one of the most difficult things that coaches have to manage. But young quarterbacks really benefit a lot from off weeks. When you hear about Bryce Underwood being one of those guys who's always in the facilities, always watching tape, the week off gets him to watch every play that he's played. And he's had a bad experience at Oklahoma. He's had a good experience at Nebraska. That's part of it. And now he has a week to study all that and come back. It also gives Chip Lindsey, the offensive coordinator, a chance to visit with Bryce, visit with the offensive unit rather, and see where they want to go from this point. And I think Coach Lindsey's done a really good job calling the game, putting Bryce in the best possible positions that he can be. On defense, I think if you look at the program, Wink Martindale, there you see Chip Lindsey right there, who again, I think's done a terrific job. Wink Martindale, a defensive coordinator, I think the defense is a little ahead of the offense. And that's pretty typical of a young team coming into their own, coming into around mid-season. So I think the progress is steady and strong. I think the Nebraska win, that drive at the end, probably gave their offense a lot of confidence going into the bye week and now coming out of the bye week.
Oh, the other thing that would give the offensive line confidence is the rushing numbers in general. They put up 667 rushing yards over the last 2 weeks. I mean, that's kind of a staggering number for Michigan. And as you say, it gives Bryce Underwood some confidence too, because he knows he doesn't have to do it all with his arm. Part of that has been Bryce Underwood running the ball really well. It's going to be challenging against Wisconsin. We can talk about all the offensive struggles for the Badgers, and there have been a lot of them. One thing they have done, Jerry, is they've stopped the run really, really well. In fact, they are first in the nation in rushing defense. So there's a little bit of a strength versus strength there, but really nothing else has gone according to plan. Certainly these last two games for Luke Fickell and company, they're coming off a bye week as well. What do you see from Wisconsin, and how can they get themselves back to playing the brand of football they expect to play?
Yeah, I'm guessing during the off week they did a couple things. Fix what you can fix. And by that I mean they had 2 kicks blocked in the first quarter of the Maryland game, a field goal and a punt. Well, block kicks are very unusual, right? I mean, you can watch 4, 5, 6, 10 games and never happen. So you would think that the chances of someone getting 11 people to kick a field goal without having a block would be really good. How many block punts are there? Not very many. You think you could get 11 guys in your team to snap the ball and punt the ball. So that's something they can fix, and that's where it starts. And then you mentioned their defense. Their defense is their strongest part of their game. The rush defense is the strongest part of the game. It's also the strongest part of the Michigan offense is their run game. So fix what you can fix and do what you can do. So protect your quarterback, be sound in the kick game, and then let's see if the run defense is as good as the statistics tell us, and see if we can stop the Michigan run, put the game in the hands of a young quarterback, Bryce Underwood. But there's no reason to have 2 block kicks in one half of football. Really, you could go the entire year and not have a field goal block or a punt block. And they have to fix that, and then they play their strength on defense.
And again, it's easy to point to injuries. I know a lot of teams have injuries, but it's pretty unusual to have a team. This is the 3rd straight year the starting quarterback's gone down. They had 2 quarterbacks go out in that last game against Maryland. It sounds like Billy Edwards still questionable, as is Dylan Jones. Preston Zachman is out. Jake Renfro questionable. So just a litany of issues for Luke Fickell. We'll see whether maybe they get a little bit healthier in that bye week, because clearly having your starting quarterback, the guy you expected to be your starter, healthy would make a difference for the Badgers.